Hello everybody, it's Kylie, Enoch's mom, and I'm back to continue telling this story. Thank you for listening, for watching, and for sharing. Thank you for every heart, for every thought, and for every prayer. On the last video, I mentioned that he was hospitalized in September for infection in his port and infection in his blood. And I said that we were in the hospital for 2 to 3 weeks. That was actually in the month of August, and it was about a week and a half we were in the hospital. So September, October, he was doing really good. In the month of November, like I said, his medications had to start being weaned. And he also had to start taking his vaccinations because, like I mentioned before, immune system's wiped clean with the bone marrow transplant. So both of those things happened in either the end of October or the first week of November. A couple of weeks later, Enoch came in my room and his eyes were so jaundiced. I had never seen him that jaundiced in the 16 years of his life. I jumped on the phone, called the doctor, let them know we were on our way. And at that time, we were admitted. That was the end of November. So the end of November, we were readmitted into the hospital. During this admission, obviously his liver was failing. And there were talks of him needing a liver transplant. And so the doctors went the doctor started getting that going, talking to specialists. Specialists started coming in, liver specialists, started talking to me and just telling me the pros and cons of it. Because he was in liver failure, the ammonia levels in his body, the ammonia levels started increasing. So when the ammonia levels get too high, it affects the brain. And they started, they would come in and check him to make sure he was, could still answer questions and knew where he was. And So one day they came in and started asking these questions, and he couldn't answer. At this time, he was still in a regular room. They got him to ICU so quick. So they rushed him to ICU, and we're up there, and everybody is like scrambling, asking questions and trying to get him hooked up to all the equipment. And the one of the doctors come and they tell me, "Oh, we got to get him out of here. We got to get him to a hospital where they will be able to do the liver transplant if it came to that." Because it was getting bad. So that day, we didn't even stay at that particular hospital. As soon as we got up there, they were like, "We got to medevac him out." So we were medevaced out. And Lord Jesus, I couldn't even, he was medevaced out. And I can't remember not being by his side for the last, I don't know, when Enoch went to the hospital, I was there, but I was not allowed to ride in a chopper with him to the hospital. Oh my goodness. I had to, I had to actually drive from the hospital we were at in a taxi, and I think it took us like 2.5 hours. I would have been able, my husband had just left the hospital to go back to go to work, and that was an 1.5 hour drive from the hospital or home. So he didn't have time to come all the way back to get me. And we make it down to Enoch, where Enoch was, in time. So I'm like, okay, you get on the road ASAP. I need you to get to Enoch. I need you to get to the hospital Enoch is on his way to, before Enoch gets there. So he jumped in the road and he got there before Enoch got there. And I came on down in the cab, and they were speeding. They was trying to get me there. They got me there. And under amount of time it was supposed to take. But yeah, so I'm going to have to stop right now, and I'm going to continue in the next video. But we're at the liver specialty hospital now, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Thank you for listening.